Hello, everyone, and welcome to this channeled message for the Divine Feminine. If these words have found their way to you today, they were meant for you to hear because there are no coincidences in the divine timing of the universe. Now, what I'm really hearing coming in from Spirit is something that is perhaps a little strange for some of you out there that are hearing this message today. And I know it may sound unbelievable to you that your divine counterpart got a psychic reading or a tarot reading about you. You may think they are not the type to do that or believe in tarot readings or psychic readings, but sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. It may not have been an in-person reading for your person with a specific tarot reader or psychic, although of course it could have been for some of you that are hearing this message today. It could have been a YouTube video like the one you are watching now, or like some of the other ones that we have on this channel, as well as our other channels, or something on TikTok or Facebook or any other social media platform or website. What I'm really hearing is that, well, they didn't wake up one day and say to themselves, okay, today looks like the perfect day for me to get a reading with a tarot reader or a psychic. I don't feel like that's how it happened. What I'm really getting from the Divine Masculine is that this twin flame journey between the two of you has them spinning around in circles, and they're wondering what this connection between the two of you is all about. I'm wondering what to do with it, wondering if it's real and long-lasting. What should they know? What do they do now? How are they going to make this work for the two of you? And so they started to seek outside help because they couldn't find the answers they were seeking on their own. And for many of you hearing this message today, this is something that has been your experience as well, of course. They don't have people around them, the Divine Masculine doesn't, that they can talk to about this connection. So what I am seeing is the Divine Masculine looking for information about this connection and what it means. Now, of course, this could be trying to find information through books, through articles, through websites, things that are written online. They did find some clarity and validation from that. Seeing that they're not alone or the only one going through this and experiencing it and trying to understand it. And I do feel that that has been very helpful for the Divine Masculine. But what is coming through very strongly is that they have had a spiritual awakening thanks to your connection. And they are now more open to explore their spiritual journey. They like to see themselves as a very logical person. For many of you, this is how your Divine Masculine goes through life. But this whole twin flame thing has defied all logic as far as they are concerned, and there is no logic when it comes to these connections. There is no logical way to explain this connection. It is something that you can only feel and experience yourself, and that has to be felt, experienced, and lived with the heart and with the soul. And perhaps the Divine Masculine was so much in their head and trying to logically understand what was happening between the two of you that it just caused them to shut down because it was unfamiliar. It was something that they hadn't experienced ever before. And instead of just going with the flow and going with it, they tried to conceptualize it and take it intellectually in their mind, and they weren't able to understand what was happening because it was so foreign to them. The strength of the bond between the two of you freaked them out, to be honest, and it came on so strong and instantaneous that it caught them off guard. They've never experienced anything, even remotely like this before. But you, Divine Feminines, you probably haven't felt or experienced anything like this before either, right? And they had no control over their emotions or how deep and quickly they developed. It just didn't make logical sense to them that you could feel so much for someone so soon, or that they could fall so deeply in love right away. And they don't know anyone that's gone through this before either. So it's not like they could just meet up with their friends and say, hey, so how are you all doing on your twin flame journeys? And can you help me with mine? because most people don't have these kind of connections. And so this person knows that they couldn't go to their friends and talk to friends about this. They couldn't go to family and talk to family about this, because unless you have had this kind of connection, there is no frame of reference. And we often listen to those people that try to give us advice that have never experienced this kind of connection, saying, oh, they're just not that into you, or you just need to move on with your life. And unless someone truly understands this connection, they have no frame of reference, and they're not able to give you wisdom to work through the issues that you feel when you are in these kind of connections. So the Divine Masculine felt that they had to figure all of this out on their own. And for some of you out there, they initiated a separation between the two of you to do just that. They had to figure this out on their own. They need to understand it. Or perhaps they acted in a way that got you to initiate some space between the two of you by pushing you to the edge to cause you to take this time away from each other. But they wanted to get a grip on themselves, is why this all happened, to put the brakes on all of this, to find a way to finally have it all make sense, rather than just surrender and embrace the connection. But again, this comes back to, do these connections make sense? If we try to understand them with our head, with our mind, with our intellect, of course they don't make sense. But when we just stop and let go and feel with our heart and with our soul, yes, we understand. It is something coming from the divine. It is something coming from spirit. So in reality, all of this has been very frustrating for the Divine Masculine. So they decided it was time for some spiritual guidance, and that is actually very good news for you. This has helped to change their perspective. Now, before, all they worried about was if they gave in completely to their feelings, that they would lose themselves and become vulnerable and then get hurt, really hurt. Because since they've never loved someone so deeply, as intensely as they love you, no one could ever hurt them the same way that you could. And that is why they put that wall there between the two of you. Now, that is not to say that they think that you are a terrible person who is set out to hurt them. It's just that their fear of being hurt caused them to shut down, to run, and to deny their feelings for you, to abandon this connection, whatever the dynamic was between you and this person. But the information revealed in the reading was that this connection, although rare and very unique, is real, and that it has a higher purpose. Not a purpose to hurt or tear down, but to serve the greater good and to experience real unconditional love. The Divine Masculine learned about soul contracts and past lives, which seemed to resonate with them because of how it felt like they had known you for a long time when they first met you. You felt very familiar to them. They felt like you had already known them before. They'd already spoken to you before, that they met you somewhere. They just couldn't place it, although they were trying to understand where they've known you from. Well, they understand now that it's from another time, and it's from another place. It's from another incarnation, because you have been traveling together through many lifetimes. So something about all of this really clicked for the Divine Masculine. It also has made them deeply ashamed of themselves, not only for doubting this connection and disrespecting it, but for disrespecting you. And what I'm really picking up right now is that they think a lot about all of the things that they said or did to you, and they are really hard for the Divine Masculine to look at, having to look at those actions, those words, and behaviors. Your person is having a hard time looking at them because they can see how much damage it has done, and they are not proud of it at all. They wish they could take it back because they feel it in the pit of their stomach every time they go over and over it in their mind, and they do relive a lot of those conversations and those scenes between the two of you in their mind. But before they face you, They needed to do this. They needed to look not only at what they did that was wrong, but why they did it. Why is the important thing here, so they don't repeat it again, because they know it's not right, and they don't want to be that person anymore. They also looked at their life and realized that something has to go. They have to give something up if they are going to give this relationship between the two of you a real chance. Now, this could be a third party for some of you in a romantic sense, perhaps a karmic for those of you who know that your person is involved in a karmic situation. It could be a family member or a friend that has not been supportive of your relationship, or even something like a behavior such as selfishness, where they know they have to be part of a team and not just have the world revolve around them and their career or whatever else they have going on in their lives. This has also been a catalyst for them to want to aspire to bigger and better, and not just with you, but to push themselves further along in many aspects of their life. They feel like they settled for what they have, and they want to have more with you on all levels and in other areas of their lives as well. They also know that you have been way ahead of them on this journey and that they need to catch up to you, and they need to do it soon, and they are working on that because that is their goal. They have been fearful about approaching you, but we're told in this tarot reading that they need to find the courage and the confidence within themselves, because those are energies that belong to the divine masculine, to reach out to you soon. And that when they do, they need to be prepared to lay all of their cards, no pun intended there, guys, right, on the table, and be open to hearing what you have to say about the situation and how it has affected you as well. Because this person wants to hear what your experience has been. The divine masculine wants to know how they have hurt you, because then they want to spend the rest of forever making this up to you, to show you that they are willing to be the partner that you have always known that they could be, to be the partner who can invest in this relationship, body, mind, and soul, the partner who can be all in with you, because they're going to have this greater understanding of this connection, of themselves, of you, and why you are in each other's lives. This is going to give them the stability and staying power that they need to be your partner, that they need to be your divine counterpart. And this person, your divine masculine, has been working diligently to really understand all of this and all of you and this connection and why you are in each other's lives. And they are embracing it with their heart and with their soul, because they know the two of you share a powerful journey together, and they want this journey to move forward into union with you. This is your message for today, Divine Feminine. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this message, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you watching today. Have a blessed day, everyone.